when people come into life change, they're probably at a very low ebb and feeling hopeless and feeling like things are maybe insurmountable.
The reason I came to Life Change was for my drinking. I developed a pattern of, over the years from high school on, it kept getting stronger and stronger. It affected my jobs. It affected my marriage because I was divorced after, it was 4 years. I was married 4 years.
You love people and care about them, and it's hard to wrap your mind around why addiction is so powerful that it becomes the number one thing in a person's life.
We walked across the street and he shut the door. He goes, when the door shut, he goes, well, it's 4 years, you know. And that's when it hit. I thought, wow, what did I do? This is a pretty strong commitment. One night I just packed my stuff up and took off, you know, early morning, caught a bus right out here on Burnside and took off. And I thought, oh, okay, this is, you know, I'm going to do it on my own again, which is always the answer, right?
Sometimes people feel that if you just come in here and you do everything you're asked to do and go with the flow for 3 or 4 years, you're all better. You've done your time and somehow your addiction will magically go away. What really needs to happen is you really have to go inward and explore your decision-making functions and learn to evaluate your choices and bring wisdom and the power of God and the love of other people to bear, so you can sort through the value of your decisions and your own personal value. If anyone leaves here feeling valueless, they're not going to make it.
So I started drinking again, basically. At that point, I woke up one day and I just said, you know what, I'm done. I got to go back. I got to finish what I started to do.
Many of our residents have been on the streets themselves. They've lived under a bridge. They know what it's like to be homeless. They know what it's like to be alone.
So the mission came here to address the problem. The mission didn't come here and bring the problem. The problem was here.
I think the neighborhood association loves us for the fact, I'm sure they do, that the way we help people out. But then you're also going to have the person that says, oh, complains that we've got a line out there of people lined up to get into chapel.
There are 13 nonprofits that help the homeless in Old Town, so it's hard to pick one and say, well, you're the attractive nuisance. I think together there are people who come to this neighborhood for one reason and one reason only, and that's to get help.
So recovery is a lifelong commitment and process.
I'm pretty much overseer of everything that goes on in the mission.
It's worth a lot to us too in terms of our outreach, because Dan can empathize with people on the streets in a way that I can't. If an alcoholic comes to the door, I was an alcoholic, Dan was an alcoholic, I was a working one, and I tend not to bond with guys on the street. But Dan had levels of his disease that help him really relate to people who are out of control, and he could talk to them on that basis.
The things is that if you don't work on your stuff when you're in here, and you go back out and try to do it again, you'll do the same thing I did this fall.
So recovery is a lifelong commitment and process.
I know everything will be fine.